Welcome back to the next game in our 1995-96 opening night replay using Uptempo basketball. My name is Brian Hafferkamp. I'm the designer and creator of Uptempo basketball. And this is a super fast and fun NBA game that you can play either with the team cards or you can play with individual player stats. We are playing it all the way with player stats and individual player defense. Which adds a little bit of time to the game, but also gives you quite a bit of depth in terms of scoring, different types of scoring, and also gives you sort of the flavor of the defense of each defense because each player obviously performs at a different type of level. This game represents the halfway point of our opening night replay. So we're replaying all these games that happened on November 3rd, 1995. 14 games total, and basically the league getting started in this 95-96 season. Why are we doing that season? Because that's the latest one that has been created. So you can actually go out and you can buy this season and replay the entire season, or just your favorite team, or the playoffs, or whatever you want to do. And we have 3 other seasons other than this one more from the early 90s, and then 2 from the 80s. So lots of really great players. These are the players of my youth whenever I was paying attention to basketball the most, really, through the 90s, and especially through the 90s. And so these guys are the ones that I grew up watching in college and the pros. So it has a special place for me, and maybe for many of the rest of you who are under 50. It has some sort of special place maybe for you as well. If you're between the ages of 35 and 50, you'll definitely remember growing up watching a lot of these players. We got the Nuggets at the Lakers. You can see here that the Lakers won this one by 2 in the actual game. We'll see how it turns out on the tabletop, and we'll get the starting lineups. So we're resetting our online. It's not a helper. It's an online application that has all of the roles that you need for the game. It also controls the clock and the quarters for you. So it does a lot of the heavy lifting and takes a little bit of that burden off of you while you're playing, which sort of frees you up to enjoy the game. And when you purchase the game, that link is in the game guide. And so you'll be able to find that if ever you don't have that link or you forget where it is. You can go to uptempobasketballgame.com and you can scroll all the way to the bottom of the home page, and you'll be able to find a link to that. It'll look just like this. You'll find a link to the application online. Okie doke. So here is the Denver starting lineup. It's going to be Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, Bryant Stith, Del Ellis, Antonio McDyess, and Dikembe Mutombo. And then for the Lakers, it's Van Exel at point guard, Eddie Jones, Ced Ceballos, Eldon Campbell, and Vlade Divac. So this was a good team for the Lakers. They won 53 games. The Nuggets, mid-level to bottom mid-level. Not a great team for the Nuggets. They had better teams. But should be a good game here between sort of a first tier and a second tier team. Let's go ahead with the tip-off. 1 to 50 will be the Nuggets. 51 to 100 will be the Lakers. And the tip goes to LA. And LA will have the ball first. So here's the first possession of the game. This is going to be right off the bat a 3-point attempt that comes from Eddie Jones. He's 36% from the 3-point line, but he's being guarded by Bryant Stith. So that makes him a 38% shooter. And Eddie Jones, right off the bat, drills one from the corner, and that's going to be a 3-pointer for the Lakers. They take a 3-0 lead. Denver comes right back down, and this is going to be to Dikembe Mutombo, and he puts it in for 2. So 3-2 our score as each team trades a bucket here. And the Lakers come right back down in their set offense. This goes into Vlade Divac. Divac with the little jump hook in the lane, and that's going to be a bucket for him. 5-2. The Lakers take the early lead. Here's an 87. That's going to be an auto bucket. That goes to Bryant Stith, who had some good years in the NBA. 5-4 is the Laker lead, and they have the ball coming down the floor. This is a 2-point attempt, and that's going to go to Ced Ceballos. He is being guarded by Dale Ellis, who's a +5, so that makes him a 62% shooter, and he still misses. So Ellis D's up Ceballos. Ceballos misses his first field goal attempt, and down the floor come the Nuggets with the ball. 74 is going to be an auto bucket. That goes to Jalen Rose. The long and lean left-handed point guard most of his life, but he's playing two guard this year for the Nuggets, and so that's going to be a bucket for Rose as he puts it in for two, and Denver takes a 6-5 lead. LA comes back down the floor. This is going to go to Ced Ceballos again. This time he doesn't miss, and he puts it in for a bucket. 7-6, the Laker lead, and the Nuggets come down the floor. This is going to be another auto bucket. This one goes to Dell Ellis as he hits the jumper. And the Nuggets take back the lead, a little seesaw action here. But then the Lakers come down and throw the ball away. So it's going to be turnover number 1 for LA. And the ball goes back to Denver. Let's see if Denver can capitalize. They get a 2-point attempt. This is going to come from Dikembe Mutombo. Mutombo being guarded by Vlade Divac, who's a good defender, so a -4. So that's going to turn him into a 46% shooter. And good defense by Vlade Divac as he makes Mutombo miss. And the Lakers come back with the ball. Here's 55. This will be an and-1. And that's a big play. Goes to Vlade. As he gets the ball down low, he goes up hard to the basket, puts in the bucket, goes to the free throw line, and a 35 is less than 64% for his free throw shooting, so he completes the 3-point play. 5 points now for Vlade Divac as he puts in the old traditional 3-point play. 10-8 is our score. Lakers over the Nuggets with 8 minutes left. The Nuggets come down and turn it over for their first turnover of the game, and the Lakers have the ball. Here is another one down low to Vlade, and he puts it in for 2. The score is 12-8, LA over Denver. And Denver, two turnovers in a row, and the Lakers come back down the floor. Another 2-point attempt. This time it's going to go to Eddie Jones out on the wing. He's being guarded by Bryant Stith, who's a +2 defender, so that makes him a 55% shooter. And Jones pulls up for the jumper and knocks it down. 14-8 is the score. Lakers over the Nuggets. The Nuggets get to the line here. This is going to be Bryant Stith to the line, 84% shooter. He knocks down both, and that's going to be 4 points for him in the game early on. 14-10 our score, and the Lakers come back down the floor. This is going to be a bucket. That one goes to Anthony Peeler off the bench. So Peeler with the 2. The Nuggets have the ball now. They come back down. It's going to be another trip to the line for Bryant Stith, and he knocks in the first and the second. So Stith with 6 points, and he's keeping Denver afloat. 16-12 is our score with the Lakers bringing the ball down the floor. Lakers throw it away for their second turnover of the game, and let's see if the Nuggets can convert. They can't, as they commit a turnover of their own. And the Lakers commit a turnover, and round they go. Here's a 64 to the Lakers. They stop the bleeding, and here is a bucket to Antonio McDyess, who gets the feed down the middle in the lane and hammers it home for 2. And that's going to be a 16-14 lead for the Lakers. 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first quarter. The Lakers come and get it to Eddie Jones on the wing. He fakes left. He makes it into the middle, and he hits a little floater for 2. That's going to be 7 points in the quarter for Eddie Jones. Here's a 70. 70 is going to be an auto bucket. That's going to go to Doug Overton off the bench with his first bucket of the game. 18-16 Lakers. And the Lakers come down and throw it away once again. That's 4 turnovers in the first quarter for LA. Back to the line go the Nuggets. This will be LaFonso Ellis. Not a great shooter, 60%. And he misses the first and makes the second. So Ellis 1 for 2. It's an X and a 1. Oh, that's LaFonso Ellis. Sorry, not Del Ellis. So we got the Ellis brothers playing small forward for the Nuggets. They're not actually brothers, I don't believe. But yeah. 18-17 is our score. 3 minutes left. LA brings the ball down the floor. This will be an auto bucket that goes to Eddie Jones. Jones starting to feel it up. Fill it up, not feel it up, but fill it up. And that's going to be a 22-17 lead. The Nuggets bring the ball back down the floor. This is going to be, who is this? Jalen Rose. Rose takes the ball hard to the rim, and he gets fouled. He goes to the line for 2. He's 69% free throw shooter. He misses the first and makes the second. And that will bring the Nuggets to within 2. LA with a 2-point lead and 2.5 minutes left in the quarter. Here is an auto bucket that's going to go to Elton Campbell. Haven't called his name yet. The big power forward lays it in for 2. That's 22-18, the lead for LA. Here's another bucket. This is going to go to Del Ellis. So this time Ellis does get on the board. And that's the starter Ellis, not the backup Ellis. 22-20, Lakers ball. And 82, that's going to go to Vlade Divac down low. He's got 2, 4, 6, 7, 9. And that's early in the game. 9 points for Vlade. 24-20 is the lead for LA. As a 2-point attempt, this is going to go to Don McClain, and he is a power forward. He's being guarded by Eldon Campbell, who's a -4. So that drops him down to a 40% shooter. Let's see if he can put it in. And he does. And that's going to be the first bucket for McClain off the bench. 24-22, the Laker lead. 1 minute left in the first quarter. Here's a 2-point attempt that comes from Nick Van Exel, Slick Nick, as he gets his first opportunity of the night. And that will be +5. He's being guarded by Abdul Rauf, and that makes him a 51% shooter. And Nick Van Exel with the stop and pop. 26-22 is the Laker lead. 44 is a 2-point attempt. This comes from Abdul Rauf, who was a great scorer in college, great scorer in the NBA, and we'll see if they can get him going. He hasn't had an opportunity here yet. He's being guarded by Sadel Threet, who is a +3 defender, and so that makes him a 1-48, and Abdul Rauf gets to the lane and puts it in for 2. That's going to be 26-24 LA with 20 seconds left, last possession of the quarter for the Lakers. Here's a 2-point attempt. That's going to go from Seth Sabalos, and he's being guarded by LaFonso Ellis, who's a -1 defender, so that makes him a 56% shooter. No problem for Sabalos as he gets to the baseline and puts it in for 2, and that's going to be a 28-24 lead for the Lakers. Last possession of the first quarter. Dimmer with a 2-point attempt. This is going to come from Doug Overton. He's being guarded by Nick Van Exel, who is a +4, and that makes Overton a 42% shooter, and Overton misses, and the buzzer goes off, and that's going to be your first quarter. Tentatively, 28-24. Let's go ahead and figure this out. 6 for Bryant Stith. It's a nice quarter for him. Due to lots of scoring from all over the place for the Nuggets. 2, 4, 10, 13, 15, 18, 20, 22, 24. All right, so that's right on the nose. And 3, 5, 7, 9 for Eddie Jones. And 9 for Vlade. So it's going to be 11, 13, 17, 19, 28. So our scoring has started off really well. Hopefully that continues. 28-24 is the score after 1. And it will be Laker ball to start the second quarter. Lakers up by 4. And first possession is going to be a turnover out of the quarter. Nuggets with the ball, see if they can cut into that 4-point lead. This is going to be to the free throw line. That'll be Dell Ellis, 76% shooter, knocks in both. And we'll give that to the starter, Ellis. That's going to be a 28-26 lead for the Lakers as they bring the ball up the floor. They also get to the line. This time it's going to be Anthony Peeler to the line, 70% shooter. He knocks down both. And Peeler, now with 4 points in the game, pushes the lead back to 4, 30-26. LA over Denver. Denver with an and one opportunity here. And that's going to go to Antonio McDyess, who takes it strong to the rim, puts it in and finishes, and he gets sent to the line. 68% shooter. He's going to make that, and that's going to be a 3-point play for Antonio McDyess. He's got 5 in the game. So it should be 2. So 2 and a 1, and that draws the Nuggets to within 1. LA back down the floor. They're going to get to the free throw line. This will be Ced Ceballos. Good free throw shooter, 80%. And Ceballos knocks them both down. He's got 6 in the game. 29 is the lead. 3 points for the Lakers. Denver comes down and commits their 4th turnover of the game. And LA coming back up the floor with the ball. There's a 3-point attempt. This is going to come from Nick Van Exel. As he's at the top of the key, he gets a kick back out to him. He's guarded by Abdul Rauf, and that makes him actually a 51% shooter. So from the top of the key, Nick Van Exel lets it go, and that's off the back of the rim as he can't convert the 3. Long rebound for the Nuggets, and they come back down the floor. And this is going to be in transition, a bucket for Bryant Stith. Stith now with 8 in the game, 2 in the quarter, and the lead now 32-31. LA over Denver. 58 is going to be a bucket. That goes right to Vlade Divac as they feed the big man down low. And that will be a 34-31 lead. LA. We are at 8 minutes and 40 seconds left in the second quarter. LA up 34-31 over the visiting Nuggets. And the Nuggets commit their 5th turnover of the game and give it right back to LA. Hard to the hole goes Nick Van Exel, and he gets fouled. And he'll be standing at the line for 2. 79% shooter. Makes them both. Van Exel with 4 in the game, 2 in the quarter. And that pushes the lead to 36-31. 65, that's going to be to Lafonso Ellis. Ellis with the bucket. Off the bench, he's got 5. So nice start to the game for him. 36-33, LA. LA comes back down the floor. And it's going to be Nick Van Exel, who makes a little room for himself on the wing and knocks it in for 2. He's got 4 in the quarter, and 38-33 is the lead. The Nuggets, undeterred, come back down, and it's going to be Bryant Stith who takes it into the lane, a little floater, and that's going to be for 2. 38-35 Lakers over the Nuggets. Good game here, lots of scoring, and not much defense going on, but a lot of scoring, so a good one here between these two teams. 37 will be a 2-point attempt. This comes from Ced Ceballos. He is being guarded by Dell Ellis. So Ceballos now a 62% shooter. 1-62, and it's in, and Ceballos with the bucket. He now has 4-6-8 for the game. And LA takes the 40-35 lead. And we have 7 minutes left in the quarter. Denver gets to the line. This will be Bryant Stith taking it to the line as he goes hard to the rim. And he makes the first and the second. 6 points in the quarter for him. Brings the Nuggets back within 3. And the Lakers come back down the floor. This will be a 2-point attempt for Nick Van Exel as he gets free again. And Eddie Jones kicks it over to him. He's standing at 19 feet. And he is being guarded by Doug Overton this time. Overton's a +4, so that makes Van Exel a 50% shooter. And from the wing, he knocks it in for his 6th point of the quarter. So 42-37, 5-point lead for the Lakers. Denver can't take advantage of the opportunity down the floor, and they throw it away, and the Lakers come back down. This will be a bucket. That goes to Slick Nick. Again, he's got 8 in the quarter. He's got 10 for the game as he gets into the lane and lays it in. Here's a bucket for the Nuggets. This will be to Jalen Rose. Rose stops from 15 feet, drills it, and he's got 5 for the game, 2 for the quarter. 44-39, our score. 5-point lead for the Lakers, and they're going to get another bucket, this time from George Lynch off the bench. George Lynch off the bench, and that's going to be his first 2 of the game. Lynch, a nice player coming off the bench, good defender, and didn't have a lot of offense, but gave him something off the bench. Sorry about that. A little bit of a tickle in my throat. So it's going to be the Nuggets ball as they come back down the floor. And turnover number 7 for Denver. And that's one of the easiest ways to get behind in this game is to be turning it over all the time. 2-point attempt. That comes from Sadel Threet, and he's being guarded by Abdul Rauf. That turns him into a 55% shooter. Threet from the outside misses, and that's going to be, I don't know why I put that. That's an X. And so the ball goes back to the Nuggets. They get the long rebound, and they come back down the floor. It will be Antonio McDyess in transition as he lays it in for 2. McDyess with 3, 5, 7 in the game. And let's give him the bucket here. 46-41, Laker ball. And they are coming down in their half-court set, and they get it out to Sabalos. Sabalos 1-on-1 against Del Ellis. He is a 62% shooter as he takes it to the baseline and misses as he pulls up for the jumper, and it is no good. Nuggets come back down the floor. That's going to be a turnover at 14, and that is turnover number 8. Just keep shooting themselves in the foot, and the Lakers have the ball on the turnover. They come down the floor. This is going to be a bucket to Nick Van Exel. Van Exel with 10 in the quarter. He's got 12 in the game as he's come on strong for the Lakers. 48-41, the lead now for LA. Nuggets with another turnover just narrowly miss on the scoring run that would have got them back into the game. But instead, the ball is going to go over to LA. LA gets to the line, and this will be 31. That's Ced Ceballos. He goes to the line for 2, knocks them both down. He's got 6 in the quarter, and the lead for LA is 9, 50-41. Denver gets to the line themselves. This will be who is that? Doug Overton to the line, 72% shooter. Makes 1 out of 2, and he makes the first, misses the second. And the score is now 50-42, 8-point lead for the Lakers with under 2 minutes left in the half. 43 is a 2-point attempt. That goes to Vlade Divac down low. Haven't heard from him in a little bit, and he's being guarded by Dikembe. That knocks him down to a 46% shooter. Let's see about Mutombo's defense. Can't stop Divac, and so Divac puts it in for 2 with the good defense from Mutombo. Here is a 3-pointer. That's going to come from Bryant Stith. Not a great 3-point shooter, but he steps back and he drills the 3, and that helps the Nuggets' cause. 52-45, so 7-point lead now for the Lakers. 1 minute left in the half. 45 is going to be a 2-point attempt. That comes from Eldon Campbell. Campbell being guarded by Antonio McDyess, who is a neutral defender. And so that's going to be a 1-50 chance. And Eldon Campbell, with a little baby jump hook, puts it in for 2. 54-45 is the lead. And the Nuggets, at the end of the quarter, are going to get a run, 1-2 for them, and they get a 1. So here's a 68. 68 is going to be a 6-0 run as they end the quarter and move into the second quarter with a 6-0 run to get them back in the game. So they will end the quarter and begin the second quarter. They'll be at 51 points. So we'll take our 2 minutes off, and that'll take us to the end of the half and into the third quarter on a 6-0 run. So let's see how that happened for them. It's a 14. 14 is this row here. So we got 2 from Ellis, 2 from Antonio McDyess, and 2 from Dikembe Mutombo. It's been relatively quiet in this game with only 4 points at the half. So let's see how things end up here at the half. It's going to be 1, 2, 4, 6, 9 points. So 15 in the game for Bryant Stith. It's a nice first half for him. 2, 4, 6, 7 from Antonio McDyess. He's got 9 for the game. And like I said, 2 for Mutombo. So 10, 12, 16, 18, 25, 27, 29 for the quarter. And let's see if that jives with what we got. So it should be 53. And it looks like we missed something somewhere along the way. So 29 for the Nuggets. And they have 53. And let's check this out for the Lakers. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 for Nick Van Exel. 6 for Sabalos, got 10 for the game. And 4 for Vlade. So 12, 18, 20, 22, 26 for the Lakers. And let's see, that's 48, 54. 54, that's correct. Okay. So our score at the half is 54-53. That will be LA over the Nuggets. LA is going to get the ball coming out of the half. And we've got the 10 minutes and 40 seconds left in the third quarter. So we've already sort of rolled over into the third quarter. I expect the third quarter to be a little bit down, and we'll see how this one turns out. Good game here. 1 point game at the half, and we come out for the third LA ball, and that's going to be to the line right off the bat. That will be Sadell Threet, 76% shooter, and he goes 1 for 2 from the line. He makes the first and misses the second, and the Nuggets with the ball. Their first possession in the second half is going to be a bucket that comes from Bryant Stith, who's having an excellent game. That is 15-17 now for the game, as he ties the ball game at 55. LA coming back down the floor. Hammered hard is Eldon Campbell underneath. They're going to make him earn it from the line. He misses the first and makes the second. So good decision there to send him to the line. Nobody really a barn burner here for the Lakers as far as shooting free throws. Magic came and played a few games at the end for the Lakers. I don't know, that was sort of a comeback year for him. So he's on the bench, but it's because he's playing time. Denver Nuggets with the ball. 68 is going to be a bucket that comes from Antonio McDyess, who hits on the little jumper. And that's going to be a 57-56 lead for Denver as they step in front and take the lead from the Lakers. Turnover number 6 for LA. And back down the floor come the Nuggets. And 88 is going to be another bucket, this time from Dale Ellis as he hits from the corner. And that's going to be 2. So 59-56 is the lead for the Nuggets. 21 back to the free throw line. This time it's going to be Magic Johnson, 85%, and he gets on the board with his first 2 of the game. That's going to be a pair from Magic, and they cut the lead to 59-58. The Nuggets in their set offense get it down to Dikembe. He makes a little spin move to the baseline and goes up for the shot and gets fouled. He's going to go to the line for 2, 69% shooter. He makes 1 of 2, makes the first, misses the second, and the lead is 60-58 for the Nuggets. 72 is going to be a bucket that comes from Eldon Campbell as he is in the lane and he puts it in for 2. 60-60 is our score with 7 minutes and 20 seconds left in the third, and this will be a 48. That's a 2-point attempt for Dikembe, He is being guarded by Vlade Divac, which makes him a 46% shooter. A lot of good defense down in the lane in this game. And that is going to be a miss as Divac bodies up Mutombo. Mutombo with the miss. And back down the floor come the Lakers. So 67, that's going to be an auto bucket that goes to Vlade as he makes a little move down low and puts it in for 2. 62 to 60, the Lakers back in the lead with 7 minutes left in the quarter. The Nuggets with a lot of fight in them. Here comes Doug Overton, and he puts it in for 2. And the Lakers back down the floor. This will be Eddie Jones from the wing, and he puts it in. And that's going to be a bucket for Eddie Jones. 64 to 60 is our score. Lakers, I feel like I didn't give them, they should have been tied, right? 64-62, that's what we'll call it. I think that's correct. The Nuggets with a 2-pointer. This will come from Bryant Stith. I'm sorry, that's a 2-point attempt. And he's being guarded by Eddie Jones, who's a -1. So that drops into a 43% shooter. And Jones D's him up and the miss from Bryant Stith. And the Lakers have the ball coming back in transition. Here's an 88. They get a 3-pointer from a 3-point attempt from Eddie Jones as he's out at the wing, and they kick it out to him. A little drive from Van Exel. He pops it out to the wing. He's being guarded by Jalen Rose, who's a +3. So that makes Eddie Jones a 1-39, and it's in, and that is in as Eddie Jones with his second 3 of the game. Nothing but the bottom of the net. 67-62 is the Laker lead. And the Nuggets get an and-one opportunity here. This goes to Dikembe as he gets the ball down low, takes it hard to the rim, lays it in, gets fouled, goes to the line, and he's got a 60. He's a 69% shooter, and he completes the 3-point play. Boy, I keep giving him 4. 2-1, and that's going to cut the lead to 67-65. An excellent game here between the Lakers and the Nuggets. 75 is going to be a bucket that comes from Eldon Campbell. Campbell with 5 in the second half. 69-65, the Laker lead. 4 minutes and 40 seconds left in the quarter. It's a auto bucket. This comes from Jalen Rose. Rose having a nice game. So he's got 7 off the bench. And 67-69, Laker lead is 2. 51 is going to be an attempt. This will come from Seth Ceballos. He's being guarded by Dale Ellis, so it bumps him up to a 62% shooter. No problem for Ceballos as he drains it. That's going to be 12 in the game for Ceballos from the wing. Here is a 2-point attempt, and this is going to go to Abdul Rauf, the point guard. He's being guarded by Van Exel, so that makes him a 49% shooter. Rauf off the mark. Abdul Rauf off the mark, and he's going to miss. Tough game for him, only 2 points so far. And the Lakers come back down in transition. They're going to get to the line. That's going to be Vlade Divac as he takes the ball on the secondary break, and he gets fouled going up to the rim. He is going to miss the first and make the second as he rattles that one in. So a miss and a make. The score is now 72-67, 5-point lead for the Lakers. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's a 2-point attempt. That's going to go to Antonio McDyess. McDyess being guarded by Eldon Campbell. So that drops him down to a 44% shooter. No problem for McDyess as he gets in low and puts it in for 2. 72-69, 3-point lead for the Lakers, and they promptly come down and turn it over. That's turnover number 7 for them. And the Nuggets, let's see if they can take advantage. They do. This is going to be a bucket to McDyess, who follows up with another 2. And that cuts the lead to 72-71, LA. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's the Lakers going to the free throw line. That'll be Eldon Campbell going to the line, his first free throws. 71% shooter. He misses the first and the second. So good opportunity there for the Lakers to extend the lead. And instead they hit 2 misses from Campbell. The Nuggets come back down the floor. This will be a 2-point attempt from Abdul Rauf, and he is guarded by Van Exel. That makes him a 49% shooter. And Mahmoud Abdul Rauf with the 2. So the jumper gives the Nuggets the lead back at 73-72. The Lakers come right back down the floor. This will be Vlade Divac in the half-court set. Puts it in for 2 down low, and the Lakers take the lead back 74-73. Denver with a bucket of their own. This time it comes from LaFonso Ellis off the bench, and he lays it in for 2. 75-74 is the lead for the Nuggets, and this back and forth battle is a good one. We've got 1 minute left in the third, and a bucket goes to Seth Ceballos as he comes in off the wing and puts it in for 2. 76-75 LA over Denver, and Denver comes right back to it. Antonio McDyess having an excellent quarter 8 in the third, start the second half, and that gives Denver the lead back. LA coming right back down the floor. This is their last possession of the third quarter, and it'll be Seth Ceballos. He's got 6 in the second half, and his 6 points give the Lakers a 1-point lead. And Denver, with an opportunity to take the lead in the third, throws it away, and that is turnover number 10 for them. So excellent quarter there between the two. Lots of action in this one. And let's check out where we are with the score. So 2-2-2. So everybody gets the score for the Nuggets. 2, 4, 6, 8. So 3-4 for Mutombo. Still waiting for Dikembe to get going, but and also Abdul Rauf. But Bryant Stith doing more than his fair share. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 24. So that should be 77. That's where we are. Okay. So 24 for the Nugs. And we get 1, 5, 6, 2, 4, 5. And 5 for Vlade. So 5, 10, 15, 16, 22, 24 for LA. That should put them at 78, and it does. So 78-77 is our score, as we had an even quarter there between the two teams. We came into the third quarter. Lakers had a 1-point lead. We come out. Lakers still have a 1-point lead. So 78-77 is our score. Got a good one brewing here. We have 1 quarter left, and the Lakers with a 1-point lead and the ball to start the fourth quarter. First possession for the Lakers is going to be a bucket that comes from Eddie Jones. Jones with a nice game. He is at 16 points now in the game. 80-77. Denver right back. This will be Bryant Stith for 2. That's, was he 15, 17, 19 for the game. And the Lakers with the ball. This bucket goes to Eddie Jones again, and he's got 4 in the fourth quarter. He says, I will not let us lose, and it's 82-79. Denver comes down. This is a 2-point attempt. This is going to go to Jalen Rose. Rose being guarded by Eddie Jones, who's a -1 defender. So 1-51, and it's in, and Jalen Rose hits. That's going to be 7 points. I'm sorry, 9 points in the game for Jalen Rose, and that makes the score 82-81 LA. So they have 4 coming out. Okay, yeah, 82-81 LA over Denver. Here is a 2-point attempt. That's going to go to Sedell Threet, and Threet being guarded by Nick Van Exel makes him a 54% shooter, and he misses. So Van Exel D's up Threet, and they get the miss. Back down the floor come the Nuggets. They get an opportunity at the free throw line. This will be Dell Ellis for 2. Makes the first and the second. So Ellis with his first 2 points of the fourth quarter. And that gives Denver a 1-point lead over LA. LA with the 2-point attempt. This is going to be for Seth Ceballos. He's being guarded by LaFonso Ellis this time. which is good for the Nuggets because he's a better defender. So he's at a 56, 1-56, and it's in, and no problem for Ceballos, as he's got 12, 16, 18 in the game, first two of the fourth quarter. Let's give him a bucket here, and the Lakers retake the lead, 84-83. Denver comes down and turns it over, narrowly misses that scoring run, but instead it is turnover number 11, and the Lakers have the ball. Can't do anything about it. That's turnover number 8 for LA. And let's see if Denver can break the schneid. That's going to be a 2 points from Bryant Stith, who has been there for them the entire game. And that's going to be 85-84, our lead now for the Nuggets. The Lakers come down. That's going to be another turnover. So back-to-back turnovers for them as they hand the ball back to Denver. Denver with a 1-point lead gets to the line. And this will be Bryant Stith with the free throws. He makes the first and makes the second. And he's got 6 already in the fourth quarter. 87-84, the Denver Nugget lead. LA comes back down with a bucket. This is Van Exel from the top of the key. He stops and he pops, and that's going to be 2 for the Lakers. 87-86 is the Nugget lead. Here's a 2-point attempt. This is going to come from the bench. That is Don McLean. McLean being guarded by Eldon Campbell, who's a -4, puts him down to a 40% shooter. And McLean doesn't care. He says, I'm putting it in. And that's going to be a bucket for Don McLean off the bench. 89-86, the Nugget lead. The Lakers, with the bench score of their own from Anthony Peeler. Peeler with 6 in the game. And that's going to bring them back to within 1, 89-88. Denver over LA. 7 minutes left in the quarter, in the game. So here's a 36. 36 is going to be a 2-point attempt. That comes from Mahmoud Abdul Rauf, and he is being guarded by Slick Nick Van Exel, and that's going to be a 49, 1-49, and it's in for Abdul Rauf, and no issues as he gets down the lane and makes the contested layup. 91-88, and Laker ball. They come back down the floor. This is going to be Seth Ceballos once again as he puts it in. He's got 4 in the fourth, and the score is 91-90 Denver. Denver comes down, and that's going to be turnover number 12. What would have been if they hadn't had so many turnovers? Might have been a blowout at this point, but the Lakers take advantage. There's a 3-point opportunity. This comes from Eddie Jones. He's already made 2. He's being guarded by Bryant Stith, who is a +2 defender. So 1-38 for Eddie Jones, and that is in as he hits the back of the net. And that's going to be 3 3-pointers, 3 for 3 from beyond the arc for Eddie Jones. And that pushes LA into the lead, 93-91. And Denver with a scoring run. The scoring run is going to be 10-2. Started at 5 minutes and 20 seconds left. Huge scoring run in this game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 2 for the Lakers. So let's figure this one out. 10-2. And hopefully I don't forget. We got to take it. Well, let's figure this out first. I don't want to forget the time. 10-2. It's a 15. That is what we're looking at here. And let's figure out how the Nuggets got to that 10-2 run. So this is going to be 2 for Bryant Stith. What else is new? He is having a really good game. 2 and 2 for Dell Ellis. And for McDyess, 2 with a couple of free throws. And then for the Lakers, it'll be 2 from the shooting guard, Eddie Jones. Also, what else is new? So a couple of good games from the shooting guards in this game. Not much to be had from the front line, which is not quite what we expected necessarily. 5 minutes and 20 seconds. We're going to roll down to 3 minutes and 20 seconds now that we have all of our scoring plays accounted for. So 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in the game. It'll be Laker ball, and they are all of a sudden down 101-95 after that 10-2 run. And let's see if the Lakers can come back in this one. LA with the ball. They come down and they promptly turn it over. That'll be turnover number 10 for the Lakers. And the Nuggets with another bucket. This time it's going to come from Antonio McDyess. McDyess was 6 in the fourth quarter, and the lead is now 103-95. LA comes back down. They get a bucket from Eldon Campbell, who stops the bleeding, his first 2 of the fourth quarter. And the score is now 103-97, 6-point lead for the Nuggets. Here's a 78, another bucket as they keep filling it up. This is LaFonso Ellis this time, and off the bench for his first 2 of the fourth quarter. 105-97, the lead for the Nuggets. The Lakers narrowly miss that scoring run, and instead they turn it over for number 11. And the Nuggets with an and one opportunity as they go hard to the hole. This is going to be Antonio McDyess down low. He spins baseline and goes up, and he gets fouled, and he'll be a 68% shooter. So he makes one and misses one. And so it's a make and a miss, and the lead is now 106-97. 9-point lead for the Nuggets. The Lakers desperate for something as they only have 1 minute left in the game. There's a 2:23. That's to the line, and that'll be Vlade Divac for 2. Puts in the first, puts in the second, and Divac, with his first 2 of the fourth quarter, draws the Lakers to within 7. The Nuggets with a turnover. That's turnover number 13, and the Lakers have an opportunity. An opportunity that they squander. So that is turnover number 12 for LA, and that looks like it's going to be it for them as the Nuggets, one more opportunity, and that goes to Dale Ellis, and that's going to be an auto bucket for Ellis as he's got 8 in the fourth quarter, and that's going to be our tentative final 108-99 as it looks like the Nuggets have won by 9. Let's just total everything up here. And 2 there. So 10, 12, 20, 22, 29, 31. So that was definitely Denver's best quarter. Where did they start? They started here. So 30 would be 107. Okay, that's right on it. 108. 31-point quarter for Denver. They had the 10-2 scoring run, which was huge for them. So they had a couple of runs in this game. LA had none, and really the difference in the ball game. 2, 4, 6, 9 for Eddie Jones in the fourth quarter, who came up big for the Lakers, but really nobody else did. 11, 13, 17, 19, 21. Not a great quarter for them. And that's going to be a 99. Okay. So that is correct. 9-point win, and just really a poor fourth quarter for the Lakers. Didn't necessarily miss a lot of shots, but boy, they had a lot of turnovers in the fourth. But so did the Nuggets. The Nuggets kept putting them in or leaving them in the game, and just couldn't capitalize. So let's go through here. 2, 4, 6 for Abdul Rauf. 2, 3, 5 off the bench for Overton. 15, 17, 25 for Bryant Stith. Nice game from him. 5, 7, 9 for Jalen Rose. 6, 8, 16 for Dale Ellis. 5, 7 for LaFonso. 9, 17, 24 points. So really nice game from Antonio McDyess as he came on in the second half, especially. 2, 4, 6 for McLean off the bench. Only 8 points for Mutombo, sort of a tough offensive game for him. So we have 25 from Bryant Stith and 24 for Antonio McDyess, leading the way for the Nuggets. 12-14 for Slick Nick Van Exel, and 1 for Sadell Threet. 14-23 for Eddie Jones. Nice game from him, although he was non-existent in the second quarter. 10, 16, 20 for Sed Sabalos. Nice game from him. For 9, 11 from Eldon Campbell. And for Vlade, 13, 18, 20 for Vlade Divac. And nothing from the backup center. So 23 is the team high for the Lakers. That's Eddie Jones, but Sabalos put in 20. Divac had 20. So lots of scoring opportunities up and down the line for the Lakers as well. Excellent game. This one turns out to be 99 or 108-99. The Nuggets go into Los Angeles and take one from the Lakers on this opening night replay. Again, that game was 98-96 for real. So without that scoring run, we would have basically been right at that. But the scoring run made all the difference. And a little bit of sloppy play with the turnover situation, but both teams were sloppy, so it turned out to be a nice close game. This is Uptempo Basketball, the 95-96 opening night replay. The next game will be who? Next game is going to be Cleveland at Orlando. Orlando is loaded. They had Shaq, Anthony Hardaway, Nick Anderson. So they had a loaded team from that year. And Cleveland, excellent as well. Had a really good team, top half of the league. So should be a good game for the next one. If you're interested in purchasing this 95-96 season, it's available now. You can get it at uptempobasketballgame.com. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down in the comment section below. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have about the game. And if you haven't subscribed, click subscribe. And then if you click the bell icon, you'll be notified of any new videos that are posted here on the channel. And hoping to continue this opening night replay until it's completed and maybe start something else a little bit later. All right. I think that's it from here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.